Good morning, students, and welcome to this video for Publisher exercise number 1. Congratulations on working your way through Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and now we're here at Publisher. Now this one is set up a little bit differently than how we've been doing it for your other programs that you've learned. And again, we've said it's like a toolbox of tools. Each program has a specific purpose. Now Microsoft Publisher is one that we're going to use for flyers, brochures, different things of that nature, as opposed to Microsoft Word, which is more about essays, research papers, things that are organized specifically in paragraphs. So we're going to get started with it. Now we're going to be following exercises that are actually from the 2007 version of Learning Microsoft Office Publisher, and so we're just going to be using the videos instead of you following along in your textbook. So make sure you're paying extra attention here to the videos. If there's something you don't understand, just go back a few seconds, watch it over again as well, and that can help you in understanding what to do. Now there's a few things we want to cover here with Publisher, and of course starting it, most of the time it's going to be down here as a button on your basically not your start menu, but the task area down here. And so another way you can do it, of course, is clicking the start button and going down to the program here in the list, or you can just type into Cortana and she will bring it up here for you as well. So one of those ways is a easy way to do it and getting it started. Now when we're using Publisher, most of the time we're going to be using templates. And we've talked a little bit about this already, but if you want to access templates, these are our basic page sizes. You can search for online templates, but most of the exercises will be coming from the built-in part of our thing. So we click on built-in, and then we choose basically the different thing we need it for. So advertisements, award certificates, banners, brochures, things like that. You would click on it, and then it comes up here with this list of all these different ones you can choose from. And we'll be getting to those here in a little bit. Now if we go back, there's also quick publications. So that's down towards the bottom, quick publications. These have more filled out specifically. So it's organized here. Most of them are flyers, but quick publications, and then of course there's the more the regular ones there. So we'll go back and forth between specific events and then of course quick publications down below. Now if I were to choose a template, so I'm just going to go ahead and we'll go with banners, and we'll go with, let's see here, we'll create this one right here. Now there's a lot of different options we have to choose from. We have our color scheme we can choose here at the beginning, which we will. We have the font scheme we can choose as well. And then there's business information, which you're going to learn more about. And then of course there's page size, border, and then of course graphic, choosing if we want one or which side it's on. So you're always going to have options here when you choose a template. So I'm going to click on create here. Now as you're working through the different options that you have, of course we have our ribbon up here with the different tabs and different buttons, and of course there's also the task pane that can get opened up. So I can right click and choose this. This is more of an actual window. Sometimes we'll have things over here to the side. Most of the time your buttons are going to be completely visible. So you can see I have my different options here with that. Really it's going to be if I choose to have it split screen that I may need to click on an expand button or more button to view more things, but most of the time you'll be able to see those. There of course is the view tab that deals with what things you can see as well, and if you need something to be showing, so boundaries you can change, fields you can check and uncheck. Most of these though are basically how we want it to be. And then of course there's also windows as well. You can quickly switch to different windows and things like that. We're going to be learning more about later. Of course, you do want to save your work always, and we've done this before with other programs, but remember you click up here in the top left corner, save, and then of course you're clicking browse, and then you select your location. Most of you are going to be saving here to your flash drive, and you would find it under this PC section, so down here. For me, I have a specific folder I will be saving it to. Remember, go to the folder first and then give it the appropriate name. That's always important. Some of you, when you submit your files, you end up submitting me a blank file or something that's not completely done because you went and saved it in the wrong place first, and then you saved it to the right one, but you made two files and you selected the wrong one. So it's important that you save it to the, or go to the location first and then choose the name. That's very important. And of course, that's how you save it. Remember, if you want to close it, all you got to do is click on the X. If you saved it, it will just let you exit out of it. If you didn't save it, it's going to end up saying to you, do you want to save the publication? And that's a good way to check and see. I'm going to click Don't Save. I'm going to open it back up here because we're going to get started here with exercise number 1. So typically the format for the videos is going to be I'll talk through some of the skills that you need to know, and then we'll jump into the exercise. So first thing is we need to start a publisher, which I just did. And then step number 2 is we need to start a new quick publication using the following directions. So let's open up publication here, quick publications. We go up here to the top to built-in. Let's click on that. And then we're going to go over, down to quick publications. So it's actually second to last row from my screen, and then quick publications. It may be different for yours. And we're going to use the bounce quick presentation design. So right here, bounce, it's the second one. If you don't see it up here, sometimes it's down here. So bounce, and then it says for the color scheme, we're going to choose citrus. So I click here, it's alphabetized, so I'm in the STUV section. So I'm going to go all the way up to citrus. And it's going to look like this color scheme. So citrus. Then we also need to choose a font scheme, and right now it's on Punch. We're going to choose Basis. Again, alphabetical order. Sometimes it might be it's somewhat alphabetical order and then it's at the bottom or something like that. So if you don't see it right away, make sure you check the top and bottom of the list. So Basis. Now right now mine is saying business information. You may have business information in there. We're not worried about that right now, so you don't have to worry about selecting anything for it. But for the layout, we do need to choose no picture. So there's different options here. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the area here and choose no picture. So we can see here's our preview. This is about what it's going to look like. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to click Create. And there we go. You can see this is what it looks like. Often Publisher will show it to you in a one-page view so you can see the whole entire page. And we need to save it in a certain way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to choose File, or click the Save button top right, Save As, Browse, and I'm going to make a new folder here just for myself. You're going to go to your flash drive, unless you've been instructed differently for class, but your flash drive. So I made a new folder, double click on it. Make sure you're in that folder right away. Look up at the top. Make sure you're in the right location or it's going to mess things up. Then I go down to file name and publication 1. And I'm going to change it here. And they want us to change to 01go.pub underscore, and then you're going to put your initials. So for me, Mr. Rogers, I put MR. For you, it will be different. Don't put down mine, put down yours. And then you're going to see here, we do have it all caps for this part, .pub, and there you go. So you do need to include those things, and then we're going to click Save. That's the first part of our exercise. Now there's the on your own part as well, and we're going to actually do it together. So usually you're going to be working with 2 files anytime you go and you make do a publisher exercise. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually click File, and we're going to choose Close. Because we want publisher to stay open, we're going to go to a new, new file, or make a new file, but we're going to switch it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start publisher. Of course, we already did that. We're going to choose built-in, and we're going to create a flyer. So we're going to actually go down to the flyers category and choose that. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose a color scheme and a font scheme. Now, you're able to choose what you want. So right now I have it on arrows, and even for the template as well, you can pick one. So main thing I'm going to be looking for is that you actually did pick one, and you picked a color scheme and a font scheme. If you want to keep it the same as what we just did, you could. I would make something different just for the fun of it, so you can see what those different things look like. So we're going to go, I will go with arrows. That's one that's different. Let's choose a different color scheme. So I'm going to go actually with dark blue, and you could pick something else. Choose a different font. I'm going to go with Lucidia Sans Type, so it almost looks like a typewriter. We're not worried about the business information, as I already said, not at this point. It does not say anything about including the mailing address or changing this or the tear off. So we can just click create once you choose color scheme and font scheme. Now I did create those. You can kind of see it here. Some of this information is in here as well. And what we're going to need to do is we need to save the publication here. So we're going to choose to click the save button, top left corner. We're going to choose browse. You're going to be saving it to your flash drive. Me, I'm going to be saving it to my folder. And for the name of this one, we're going to be naming it 01wash.pub underscore, so that's shift and the little hyphen, the dash, and then you're putting your initials. So 01wash, all caps, .pub, and your initials. And then of course we're going to save it, and then we can exit. So those are the different skills we need to learn and complete exercise number 1. Remember, you have 01geo.pub and 01wash.pub that you're going to need to submit, and it will look something like this for the title when you're done.